Welcome to the Red Half of Sheffield preview pod. Once again, I'm here to preview another Sheffield United defeat, this time at the hands of Luton Town, or as people say over here in the States, Luton Town. I am joined by Ollie from the We Are Luton Town podcast, one of my favorites, and he's back on. Ollie, how are you doing this late evening UK time, late afternoon state time?
Yeah, that tickled me. You went straight in with previewing a defeat. You're like what I'm gonna say. I think it could be a very tight game, and right off the bat, Sheffield United could get something out of it. It could be a draw.
Now, that's all I hear for the next week is, oh my God, we have a chance against Luton. We could get something out of it. This is I don't know what, a month ago we would have said it's a relegation 6-pointer if you believe that BS. Luton on the upward trajectory as we were talking prior to recording. United kind of on I said an even trajectory, just being rooted to the bottom of the table. Ollie did say we did pick up a bit of form under Wilder. Yes, getting results against Brentford and Wolves. But now we got hammered against Aston Villa, so I think we're back right where we should be. So Ollie, what's with Luton? Where the hell did they find this form? Like, they were tabbed with United as being one of the teams to surely go back down. Where the hell did they find the form? Rob Edwards find a magic like rabbit's foot up his ass or something?
No, it's been coming. Luton Town, I've always said, our second half of the season players, and we're a second half of the season team. We're notoriously slow starters when it comes to every season. I feel a lot of that comes from the fact that we have to acclimatize to each league that we're in, because put it this way, 10 years ago we were playing in the conference. Now, so in 10 years we've gone up 4 leagues, so we've had to acclimatize a lot. And we always start a season a bit slow, and then we sort of gain momentum as we go on. And with this season, the first 10 games, yeah, there were glimmers of what we could do, but we tired in games. We showed naivety in terms of our press that left loads of space behind for teams to punish us. Like, for instance, the season opener against Brighton. It was 2-1. We had a chance to equalize. I think we hit the bar, we came really close. And then what did we do in our first game of the season? We kept pushing forward to try and get a draw from that game. And we got punished. They scored 2 more goals, made it a comprehensive 4-1 scoreline. But what happened last game? We played Brighton. It's a new Luton, and a lot of the players as well in those first 10 games were still bedding in. Ross Barkley hadn't started. And then once he finally started getting 90 minutes under his belt, he was out for a month with a hamstring injury. It happens. But since he's come back into the team, he hasn't looked back. Sambi Lokonga's come in, partnered him. Rob Edwards has shifted the formation just a little bit. So it was... we shifted from a 5-3-2 to sort of a 5-2-3. So instead of playing 2 forwards up top like Morris and Adebayo, the two that tore you apart last season in at Bramall Lane, now we're playing with 1 up top, 2 wingers off them. And interestingly, in the past couple of games, what's really changed a lot, and with our leveler, our equalizer against Newcastle, and also our first goal against Brighton in that 4-0 hammering. One of the interesting tweaks is the fact that he's playing Adebayo up top, Morris off Adebayo as a left winger. Now, Morris hasn't got the pace. He can't skin people. He's not like Chio or Bene. but having Morris in that left wing position, Clark sort of dropping in behind, it means whenever a cross comes in, Morris gets up, heads it across the goal, and either Elijah Adebayo in that Brighton game or Gabe Osho in the Newcastle game, someone will be there for that header that's going back across the box. It's just worked. And as well as that, playing Chirag Bene right wing back has sort of been a masterstroke. It's sort of been forced upon him because Isaac Kabore has been off AFCON with Burkina Faso. But at the same time, I like Chirag Bene at right wing back. Works really nicely.
Yeah, it certainly is going to probably be relatively easy when you guys go up against the whatever the hell the defenders are for Sheffield United. Austin Trusty, he's nowhere near Premier League defender. I know.
I like Trusty. I really like Trusty.
He's good. He'll be better next year in the Championship. 100%. He's nowhere near a Premier League defender. He's still too young, and it's almost like he's getting, trial by fire at this point because he's just been stuck in there since the middle of September, October. He's been starting every game. And now Ahmed Hodzic, I was hoping we got him shipped out the door.
Why? He didn't leave. He's good for money.
In the Premier League, God, he's getting skinned by everybody. He's getting skinned by everybody. I'll say this, and a lot of the Blades podcasters will say this as well. He had glandular fever last year during our championship season. Before he went out with that, he was a world beater. After he came back, he hasn't been the same person since. Wow. I don't know if it's lingering effects or what, but he's not the same. And we thought he was going to just tear up this league and be a rock in defense. And no, he's not been anywhere near that. And he's just been getting turned over by any attacking players from the opposing team.
That's fair. Illness can do that. Same thing happened with Sonny Bradley. He had long COVID. He was out for months with it. And he talks about it at one point. And this was our club captain, Sonny Bradley, like rock at the back for us in our League One championship winning season. He was really important in our first two seasons in the championship as well. He got long COVID, was out for like months. He said he lost 2 or 3 stone in weight, which is nuts. Yeah, it just ravaged his body. And in our final season when we got promoted from the championship, he didn't feature much because he was kind of, I love Sonny Bradley. He was a great club captain, but he was a shadow of the player that he was. And now he's at Derby and he's not really doing so well at Derby either, which is a real shame. And that is a shame about Ahmed Hodzic because he was one that I really had my eye out on, and I thought he could potentially, sort of be a Luton Town player maybe down the line. So it's a shame it hasn't worked out for him. Same with Austin Trusty. I like Austin Trusty. He impressed me a lot with Birmingham last season. He really did. But not Reece Norrington Davis. Reece Norrington Davis can go fuck himself.
And for what has he been out? He's just now featuring.
Yeah, he started one game. He's been out for 18 months.
Yeah, he tore his hamstring last. What was it? Or I don't know what the mysterious injury was that kept him out so long. They never disclosed that.
It sounds like a drug ban, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, right? So he only recently as he started to feature, and it's almost one of those things. Yeah, like you said before we recorded, we're down. We've all known that we're down. It's about figuring out. Okay, 99% of our squad is out of contract at the end of the year. Figure out what players want to be here for next year and roll with that team, get the experience, get the cohesion. That's the biggest thing. Since we lost Sanderberg and we lost Ilman and Dye 2 weeks before the season, this team has lacked cohesion. Because they're just replacing people. Bang, bang. We're just trying to throw basically something at a wall and see if it sticks, and it hasn't stuck because there's no cohesion in the midfield. The defenders are yelling at each other. We dropped Jack Robinson yesterday, and we shipped 5 goals. Then Chris Wilder comes out after the game. Yeah, probably shouldn't have dropped Jack Robinson. Well, no shit. He's been
I
our
don't
best player all
understand why
season.
you brought in Mason Holgate. That was a poor choice for someone that's been below average in the championship. Then you bring him in as a starting centre back in the when you're in a firefight.
Yep.
And the fire is literally engulfing everything. You don't want Mason Holgate there.
Yeah, that's one of those things where we bring him in and you're like, what are we doing? We should just probably roll with the team that's got us here. We've only probably got 6-8 games left before they confirm relegation. There's no point to bringing anybody in. We brought in Garbage, or his name's Gerbich. He's the goalkeeper we brought in. His name's Gerbich, but I call him Garbage because in 2 games he faced against Brighton and Crystal Palace. He shipped 8 goals in 2 games. It's like, and then he goes out with a concussion, and we bring West, who was like, "Hey, dude, I had number 1 nailed down. You bring Garbage in. He's terrible. Gets a concussion. West comes in and ships 5 yesterday against Villa. It's like, it's just everything you can ask for a relegation season."
I didn't know he had a concussion. I just assumed that he'd been dropped because he conceded 8 in 2 games.
No, if he wouldn't have got a concussion against Crystal Palace, he would have featured yesterday against Villa, and he's terrible. No wonder he was a reserve goalkeeper at Atletico Madrid. He was so far away from getting in the first team. They're like, dude, you might as well go find some work somewhere else. I mean,
it's absolutely mad, isn't it? Like your team, I'm looking through it. It is really so shit. I would take Gustavo Harmer without doubt. It's a shame he's not one of your out of contract players because I'd take him in a second. He
probably will.
I don't know. There wouldn't be a relegation clause inserted in there because it was expected that the promoted teams would struggle to stay up this season. He is so good. In my opinion, he is so much better than Sander Berge. So much 100%. Better.
Oh yeah, he's definitely better than Sander Berge. But the whole thing is obviously he's having his first taste of Premier League. He played Coventry last year. He's a good player, and I believe there's a good player in there. It's just we've got to get him back down to the championship where he's comfortable. He's getting his first taste of the Prem. Okay, it's not going how he wanted it to. If we can keep him in our squad and get him going again how he was hammering and firing on all cylinders for Coventry last year, if we are able to mount a promotion challenge next season and come back up, we might have a player on our hands.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be so tough next season to mount a promotion push because the championship is just nutty. There are so many good teams in there.
Yep.
And I'd say there are 4 teams right now who deserve to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Only three of them are going to go up. And then everyone beneath them is going to re-up, improve, bring in more people. Like just in the in the playoffs at the moment, it's crazy. Yep. It's crazy. Like Coventry, I'd love to see Coventry get promoted. I'd love to see Ipswich. I thought they get promoted automatically, but obviously they've had a bit of a drop off. Southampton have been in crazy form. Hull, they've strengthened mad.
Yep.
They've done so much in the winter window. Sunderland, Norwich, Middlesbrough. I'd like to see them all in there in the playoffs, but there are only 4 places in the playoffs. It's crazy. And you got the 3 teams from last season relegated who are battling at the top to go up. But Leicester, it's a foregone conclusion, they're up. I don't see how Sheffield United fit in this championship promotion battle.
If you were
in there, if you were here this season,
if we were in the championship, we'd probably be about 18th right now. I would
Ah,
have
no,
I would
no.
100%. I would have us between 15th and 18th in the championship right now because we would be a disarray because like you are bringing in players. We brought in a bunch of players that were on the like irrelevant. They hadn't played for anybody, but it just might be pessimistic for me to say that we'd be 15th to 18th. We'd probably be. I mean, the highest I could see is 10th right now. I mean, we wouldn't be in and
Potentially
around the playoffs.
mid-table. Yeah, but some of the signings haven't worked out. Like Tom Davis, I reckon I really like Tom Davis, but I don't understand how he hasn't played for you guys yet this season.
He
Is he
was
being injured?
Yeah, he was hurt, and then he got his hair cut, and
He,
he
yeah.
featured yesterday after we were down 4-0, 5-0
Oh,
against
wonderful.
Villa. Yeah, he came on yesterday, but it's just one of those deals where it, our backroom staff had done such a great job recruiting players over the last couple of seasons, like of Morgan Gibbs White coming in, James McAtee, Tommy Doyle last year.
They're all on loan. You don't
They,
own
they
them.
well, they were all on loan, but it also brought us to a place where if we didn't have those players, both of those seasons, I don't believe we would have been in the playoffs. We would have finished out of the playoffs. And you got to credit the United's recruiting, but also where did the recruiting go wrong this year where I understand you can only get one or two English loans in the Premier League, but
Yeah.
you're getting bums that haven't played in years for competent sides that you're bringing in like, okay, he's going to fit in the Premier League. And Vinny Souza, he's
I
miles off
like him.
Premier League
I
player.
I no. I like him. He makes the odd mistake. I think there is a player in there. I think he's pretty good. You know, he's very combative in the middle of the park. You know, he wins his aerial duels. He cuts out a lot of stuff that's going on through the middle. Sure, and he even has he has a shot in his locker as well. For me, I feel where it's gone wrong is up top for you. Oliver McBurney, you spent 17 mil on him. He is shit. He is shit. He wasn't even good when he was at Swansea when you signed him for 17 million. Rian Brewster,
Yeah.
what, 21 mil for
Yeah.
Rian Brewster? He is dog shit. He's
Yep.
so bad. I'm just going to look up his numbers. How many goals has he scored for Sheffield United? 5. Scored
5, yeah.
5 goals for Sheffield United in 72 games.
Mm-hmm.
He is shit, and you spent so much money on him. Ben Brereton Diaz, funny enough, he's one of those players that when you signed him, I thought, he's going to be shit. Like Ben Brereton Diaz, he's had one good season in his entire career, and that was when he added Diaz to the end of his name, got called up for Chile.
Yep.
He had one good season, and that was it. But he's done all right. 3 games, 2 goals.
Yeah, and he could have had one yesterday against Villa. I mean, he hit it underneath the keeper, and the keeper was falling down. The keeper did stop the momentum the shot had, and it almost trickled over the line, but it didn't. But he's been the one good surprise. And the whole thing is if you look at Ollie McBurney and Rian Brewster, the one common factor, who brought them in, who was the manager when they brought them in? Everybody say it together. Chris Wilder. Yay.
Yeah. It was funny because I was talking about Chris Wilder earlier because I was talking about winning Premier League Manager of the Season and how it's just become a popularity contest.
Yeah.
So Klopp or Guardiola wins it. And essentially, since Tony Pulis won it in 2013-14, it's never been won by someone that actually deserved it. It's only been won by whoever wins the league. You get Premier League Manager of the Season. Chris Wilder, that first season, before he had the money, when you just missed out on European football, he should have been Premier League Manager of the Season. He should have. I can't remember who won it that season, But
Klopp. That would have been Klopp because that was the COVID season.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Klopp won it because won the league. So there you go.
First
Take it,
first
Klopp.
league win in 30 some years.
Yeah, and he's probably going to win it this year because it's his last season. So they want to, they want to give it to him. Yeah, exactly. It's a storyline like WWF. It's a joke. And Gary O'Neill should have won it last season for what he did with Bournemouth, but no one cares.
No.
And Rob Edwards should win it this season with Luton if we stay away from relegation.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, the job he's done after just signing 20 million worth of talent is sensational. And Ross Barkley should be player of the season, but that won't happen.
It's 10 times.
If get a Haaland or someone.
If Rob Edwards won Manager of the Year, everybody'd be like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Everyone knows who Rob Edwards is.
Well,
everyone's thirsting over him. They love him.
I'm trying to look at it as from an American perspective. Like I said at the beginning, Luton. Everybody's calling him Luton Town. I was like, no, don't even. That's when I end the conversation. But like, if you guys stay up and like you said with 20 million, and he outdoes, say Man City or Liverpool go on to win the league, he outdoes what those two managers at those clubs probably spent a couple, 50, 100 million pounds to bring players in and make their good sides even better. And Rob Edwards got dealt 20 million. Here you go. Have this. Where can you get us? Oh, okay. You'll probably get us relegated. Oh, wait, no, hold on. We're going to stay up. That is Manager of the Year material. But like you said, it's all about the story. It's all about Jurgen Klopp last year. Jurgen. We got to get him Manager of the Year so we can ride him off in the sunset and be like, Jurgen, shit like that. That's what irritates me because us in the back half of the season, you're in the back half of the league, we don't get shown any, we only get shown when it's a negative light. Now I hope that if Luton can maintain this run and stay up, I hope they shine a little bit of that light away from Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, teams like that, and show it to you guys. Yeah, we're dead and buried.
It's happening. Like in terms of the Premier League accounts and BT and all those people, they're showing the stats that Luton Town have scored as many goals as Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal over the past 6 games. They're showing those types of stats. They're showing what a good job that we're doing. Unfortunately, at the beginning of the season, it was when Luton, Burnley, and I think Brentford, 4 teams, hadn't won a game yet that season. The graphic was Rob Edwards looking really tearful, clapping, and they were like, Luton are yet to win this season when 3 other teams hadn't won a game yet.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing. And that light is being shifted onto Sheffield United now. It's very obvious because obviously you haven't passed that magical 11-point mark.
Yeah.
But you will. Of course. There's time. There's loads of time.
Yeah. Okay. Before we go, what's the scoreline? How many did we ship against Luton or Luton Town on, I think this game's Saturday, right? Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. Please tell me it's Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. Oh, God, I missed a 3 p.m. kickoff. I hate this late window BS and playing on Sunday. No, Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. Oh, yeah, it is. It's Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff at Kenilworth Road. 5-0 Luton.
Well, I'd assume it would actually be a quite a tight game. I do think it will be a tight game.
Another 5-goal thriller.
No, because Sheffield United are obviously fighting for their life. We play up more for big teams, and that is what we do.
You're saying Sheffield United is not a big team?
well, bit bigger than Luton, but I mean, we play up for like the very, very good
Yeah.
teams, but we also play up at home.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, because it's Saturday at 3 p.m., our Saturday at 3 p.m. record is really good. Really good. And we don't get to play many games. So from the 10 games that we've played at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, so we played 10, won 4, drawn 2, and lost 4. And that includes the game against Brighton and Chelsea, which were our first 2 games. No, Chelsea was a night game, I think, actually. But essentially, that includes like the first 10 games where we were just the 6s and 7s. So we average about 1.4 points per game. So we're pretty good Saturday at 3 p.m. So I think Luton could just squeeze this game, really, but I don't think it's going to be a shipping whitewash that you're expecting. I think it could be tighter. Could be tighter. I don't like doing score predictions, but I think there'll be. I said it last time, didn't I? I said there'll be 1 goal in it. I was right. Didn't expect you guys to score 2 of those goals for us, though.
Yeah, no, right?
Great own goals.
Yeah. If we don't ship 2 own goals, we probably win that game. No, I think it's gonna be. I said this the last time we recorded. It's a Premier League that's going to be a good advert for the championship because probably we'll be in the championship. You guys will probably survive. I think it. I agree with you. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a fun game. I don't think it's going to be one of these boring watch paint dry games. I think it's going to be Luton want to go for it. Do we half-ass want to go for it? Sure, maybe, whatever, yeah. But I mean, you guys will probably nick it at the end. I mean, I don't.
We
see
do
much.
like late goals. We actually
We're like
are one
conceding
of
late
the
goals.
yeah. That's perfect because I believe there was a stat earlier today. Liverpool scored 20 goals between the 74th and 90th minute. Luton are second with 14 goals between the 74th and 90th minute. So we do like late goals.
Yeah, this is. I'd like to play out to a draw, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, something like that. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun 5-5 would be fun.
Look, after the 4-4, I don't think my heart could take a 5-5.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. That is very true.
Yeah,
that's very
that
true.
Was insane. That was an insane game against Newcastle.
Yeah, it was.
The Brighton game was nuts as well because we were 2-0 up in the second minute.
Yeah, you were. You were.
It was
shipped
mad.
4 past them. Wow. And then De Zerbi
it could have been 8 or 9. Genuinely.
Yeah, De Zerbi came out after that game and said that was our worst game we've played under his management. Before we get out of here, Ollie, tell the people where they can find the We Are Luton Town or Luton Town over here in America.
So We Are Luton Town. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, We Are Luton Town. You can find the podcasting arm of We Are Luton Town at thewalkedpodcast.com, thewalkpodcast.com, at the Walk Podcast on Twitter. You can find me at actual Ollie K on Twitter. It's been a pleasure being with you, Chad.
Yeah,
really appreciate it, mate.
It'll be fun to see you in 2 years. Maybe. You guys might stay out. You might string it together and stay in the Prem, and then it'll be 2 or 3 years before I get to talk to you again.
Yeah. Well, we could do a Sheffield United and stay up and then really shit up our signings, like sign a McBurney, sign a Brewster. We're not good at spending money. Like all our best transfers have been free transfers. Gabe Osho was phenomenal. Elijah Adebayo was virtually free, cost 250k. Ross Barkley was free. Whereas our record signing, Ryan Giles, for 5 million, we got rid of him after 6 months.
Yeah,
we've loaned him out, so we're not good at spending money.
Is he at Bournemouth?
No,
not Bournemouth.
Hull.
Oh, it's Hull. Yeah, my head was saying Middlesbrough for some reason. And then
Oh yeah,
Bournemouth
it
came
was a
out.
Borough last season.
Yeah, it was a
I think they were desperate to get him back, but
yeah.
put him out to Hull, and I don't think we'll see him play for Luton Town again.
Oh really? Huh.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, you guys know the drill. Red Half of Sheffield Twitter at Red Sheffield. Red Half of Sheffield on this YouTube channel. I don't know if you're not subscribed, how you're watching this and not being subscribed. Yeah, until the next preview pod where I inevitably preview another defeat, I will leave you with this up the blade.